Good evening. Welcome to TCO Sports Garden, the greatest hockey arena in the world. And White Bear Hockey here in the 55110 is back. The home opener for the White Bear Lake Bears as they play host to the Eastview Lightning in this boys hockey battle here on the Horn. With Gabe Bartlett, my name is Zach Halverson. Gabe, you see the kids out on the ice. They got the White Bear B-Paw flag out there. Everybody's excited. It's a jam-packed building as we get ready to welcome the Bears home after a long start to the season on the road.
Yeah, White Bear Lake started their first 5 games, all road games, managed to go 4-1 through that stretch, a great start to the season. After this, I believe they have another 4 or 5 games on the road, then a long stretch of home games. But yeah, White Bear Lake off to a great start this season, looking, like you said, jam-packed house. This entire side is full. The other side with the two-tone gray wall color, which makes no sense. But
beautiful.
It's beautiful. The best hockey arena in the world. It is jam-packed. White Bear looking to get off to a fast start this season.
Yeah, and they have, again, as you mentioned, done pretty well. 5-1 on the year. Lost a heartbreaker in Stillwater, but that's a tough battle every single year, and can't fault them too much for that. And it's really led by some surprising guys in the back, particularly that sophomore goaltender, Leo Gabriel.
Yeah, Leo Gabriel, a sophomore goaltender. This is a very rare move by Tim Sager. I don't remember the last time I saw him start an underclassman more, but Leo Gabriel, 3-1 this season as the starting goaltender. You can't complain about that. He's had a tremendous season. And like you said, Zach, the supporting cast, though, there's a few amazing players for this team. The guy we have to highlight, though, Nolan Rode, Jr. this year, committed to St. Cloud, looking to compete with his brother Leighton, who plays for Bemidji. But Nolan Rode, the junior, is the guy to watch for White Bear Lake, number 9. Committed to St. Cloud earlier this year, which is really amazing. Zach Chapman very excited about that, as that's his school. He's going to get to see Nolan in a few seasons. 2 other guys to look at are Joel Belisle and Brady Borgstad. Both of those guys are tenured for the New Mexico Wolves in NAHL League next season. Both of them senior captains. They've both had tremendous seasons, guys, to watch for White Bear along with Rode.
The Bears making their way on the ice, led by the aforementioned Leo Gabriel.
I think that was actually Colin Tom. Oh, no, it was Gabriel.
On the other side of the ice, it'll be the goaltender. Who will be starting?
We don't know. They are not standing in the net.
No, they're
so
not.
Be
I believe it'll be Jace Farron, who has started all year, the senior goaltender for the Eastview Lightning, as the public address announcer Alex Westad will be giving any starting lineups here in just a moment. We mentioned earlier the Lightning also with 1 loss on the air. It was a shutout loss to St. Thomas Academy out at the Apple Valley Sports Center, as they are looking to continue their pretty impressive season as well here tonight on a very snowy, hockey weathery evening outside. Most people getting here safe. Hopefully more will come as this late arriving crowd continues to fly in. But there really isn't a place to park out here, Gabe. It's crazy.
Although it is the greatest hockey arena in the world, the parking situation is not desirable, to say the least, with Gentry Academy being in one of the parking lots and a bank in the other parking lot. But again, people getting in here safely, still filing in, finding some spots somewhere. So ready for hockey tonight, though. But like you said, Zach, Eastview this season 5-1, having a great year so far, led by 2 guys on that top line. John Kish, number 5, he's a captain. And then Jordan Brothers, a junior defenseman. Jordan Brothers this season with 9 goals through 6 games for Eastview. He is a guy to watch tonight, clearly a top-tier goal scorer. And then a defenseman to watch that we didn't see as much, Logan Opgrand, number 2 for Eastview, committed to the Bismarck Bobcats next season. He's another he's a shutdown defenseman to watch.
A lot of familiar faces on this squad. We talk about that top line. Nolan Rode and Aiden Welch, junior and senior respectively. Jack Stanius, just a sophomore, playing on that top line. And then, of course, you have the senior second line of Charlie Olson, Devin Willett, and Brady Borgstad. It's been fun watching those guys develop. I remember when Devin Willett just kind of came out of nowhere and now he's played his way up to the second line.
Well, 2 years ago as well, Brady Borgstead as a sophomore was a varsity starter right away. He was tremendous. And, you know, you mentioned Jack Staniez on that top line with Rode and Welsh, a sophomore, but he has 11 points through 5 games. He's terrific. And one other line I want to highlight is this third line that White Bear Lake has. Kyle Gibson, Noah Norman, and Michael Delaney. It is a big line. They are big, they are physical, and Michael Delaney, a superstar on the football team this year, he's a physical presence on the ice as well, and we saw him last year jump in, and he was very solid.
It's the home opener here at TCO Sports Garden. The White Bear Lake Bears and the Eastview Lightning will drop the puck in just a few moments, but in the meantime, you're going to hear a poor quality rendition of the national anthem through this stream and our headset speakers. The anthem will be great.
Oh, yes.
It'll just sound terrible because this building has horrible acoustics. Let's take a listen. Home of the Bears, the student section chants. The Bears have been waiting all season long for this. It's very rare to have your first home game happen on December 15th. They've gone a half month, even beyond, without playing at home. But finally, the home opener is here. And if you're just tuning in, thank you for joining us for season number 11 of the home of White Bear Nation, the Horn. He is Gabe Bartlett. My name is Zach Halverson, Josh Dorr, Zach Chapman, all part of our great crew we have here tonight. Ready to see this squad for the first time, at least on our airwaves.
Yeah, Zach, it's going to be interesting as well. Something that I wish White Bear would do. Eastview, a team that has their players' last names on the jerseys themselves, which is something that is actually, I feel like it's becoming more common in high school now, but White Bear not going to do that. I know Tim Sager is not a fan of that, but I think it's pretty cool for Eastview that they have that.
Again, an impressive start to this this season. Wins over Duluth East, Centennial, Hibbing, and again a close nail biter. The St. Croix Valley Rec Center, the lone blemish so far here, as we get the home side of the schedule underway, and the Bears win the draw. It's played back to Will Distad. He'll slide it to his left and then into the zone. Here come the Bears, right wing side. Chance for the sophomore, Jack Staniez. He'll fire one off the right pad of Severin, and the Lightning able to clear it back out. Returning to grab it is Distad. He'll backhand it off the wall. It's stolen away. Now centered in front. Early opportunity for Eastview, but that's turned away, and the Bears will come right back the other way with it. Left wing side, it's Welch to his right. Rode with the shot, but it was hammered away nicely. Great back check put on by Charlie Ortman. As the puck goes on goal and it's covered up here. 33 seconds there, Gabe. That was a lot of action for just a half minute of play.
White Bear Lake, that top line coming out really fast. Jack Staniez showing why he's on that top line. A lot of speed, but a great play by Joe Belisle, the senior defenseman for White Bear, to break up a great early chance for Eastview, too.
Lightning win it to the corner. rimmed around to Opgren, who sends it off the shelf down the ice, and we'll go right back to where we just were.
Opgren is one of the guys for Eastview to watch. Number 2, I know he had an icing call right there, but he's a guy that's going to be playing at the next level, at the junior level. So he's a guy that he's clearly got some talent, and he is going to be probably a shutdown defenseman for Eastview.
Draw one by Eastview. Swung around the wall to Jordan Brothers. He'll try to clear, but Olsen got in the way of that one. Picked up by Willett to the blue line to Gallatin. His shot hits Brothers' right shin pad, and it goes into the far corner. A couple bodies collide in front of the Zamboni doors. Grabbing it is Borgstad, stolen away by Eastview. They'll play it forward to Brothers as he'll enter the White Bear Lake zone. Knocked off his stick by Grady Gallatin. Out to the red line. Picked up by Kaldenbach. He'll work it rink side to Wohler. Wohler had it stolen away by Borgstad, and the Bears will get a change as they dump the puck deep into the Eastview end. Severin trying for a quick 100-foot pass that does find the stick of John Kish, but he brought it in offside to his right. Jordan Brothers a little too excited. Not a lot of feeling out process here early. It's attack, attack, attack. And
both teams have a lot of speed, clearly, and a lot of skill. They're just going right for the net, playing fast, trying to get the puck in deep and making plays.
Lightning off the draw, send one on goal. Gabriel makes his first save of the hockey game. Played out to the blue line, carried forward by Michael Delaney. He takes a big open ice hit by the captain, Logan Opgren.
You don't see that too often. Michael Delaney, a big physical player in his own right, but right there he got taken to school. That was impressive. That was a good hit by Opgren.
Bears clear it to center. Delaney had it, poked away. Coming back to grab it is Joe Belisle. He'll put on the brakes, slides it up to Distad, who will flip it in on, well, just wide of the goal. Severin directs it to the corner. Now back out high. Here's Distad. He'll fire one that goes all the way through, and then Rhodes centered one through the slot area, but the Lightning able to clear it just out. Bears will have to touch up. They do. And in front of the Eastview bench, it's played to the red line, swung around by Belisle. Now up the left side, it's Distad who will fire it deep. Aiden Welch jammed it free, but Kaldenbach stole it away for Eastview. Blue line to blue line for the Lightning. Backhanded behind the goal for Kronberg, who centered one, and flopping out there and making the stop is Leo Gabriel.
Amazing save by Leo Gabriel. That was a point-blank chance right out in front of the net, but he's shown why the sophomore showing why he deserves a spot as the starting goaltender. Also, Zach, we're seeing this a lot from White Bear. When they have the puck in the Eastview zone, their defensemen are pinching down very hard. If Eastview can get by them, they could get a good odd man rush opportunity on Gabriel. White Bear's got to be careful.
Draw one by the Lightning. A quick one-timer hits some shin pads, rattles around, and it's picked up and carried out by Borgstad. Borgstad, nice moves, fires a shot. It rattles around in front of the Eastview goal, but goes all the way into the corner where the Lightning will pick it up and try to break it out. Backhanded to center ice. Scooped up by Grady Gallatin. Returned deep into the Lightning end. Severin leaves it for his defense. Rimmed around the wall. Bodies collide. Olsen keeps it in. Fires a shot that hits a body and goes into the near corner. Trying to keep it in off the glove was Blake Eckerly, but just escaped the Lightning zone. Offsides is called.
Zach, we're seeing these White Bear defensemen. They play so aggressive. Instead of holding themselves at the blue line when they're in the offensive zone, they are pinching down and getting into the play a lot. That could be a good sign and generate scoring chances, but if they miss the puck, that can generate odd man rushes. They got to be careful, but it's an aggressive style of play, and that's what White Bear's about.
Jordan Brothers in for Eastview. Right side shot, missing the net, hits the back wall. Sent down low to Wooten. Bears steal away. Picked up by Stanius, worked to his left to Welch. Welch on his backhand with the shot, hits the post, and flying into the goal was Jack Stanius trying to get an opportunity on the back door. The net came off the moorings, and it only took 3 minutes and 48 seconds, White Bear math, to get the net off the moorings here. I think that's a new record.
At least that time, though, it wasn't because a skate hit it.
Right. That was a legit reason.
That was a good reason, but for those of you familiar with White Bear, the nets come off the moorings far too often here. It's just what makes this arena so great.
Joe Belisle lining up where the left wing would normally line up. A shot from the blue line is taken and turned away by the Lightning. We mentioned last year a lot how Tim Sager, the head coach of the Bears, likes to kind of mix it up on those faceoffs, and it was a great set play. Bears won the draw, and a great shot from Will Distad turned away by the Lightning. Distad in front of the penalty boxes, plays it just inside the Lightning zone. They'll get it right back out. John Kish right side, chance shot, just misses. Went over the goal, bounced off the glass, played to center, and the Bears just drew a slash as Jordan Brothers not happy about it, but will head to the penalty box for a slashing call. And the Bears power play, their first opportunity here at home.
Well, Zach, we're going to get to see a Tim Sager specialty. They run a true umbrella power play. That means there's going to be one defender at the blue line with two guys at the top, one guy at the top of each circle, a guy below or behind the net, and a guy right out in front. And the goal is to generate passing lanes and get one-time opportunities on cross-ice passes.
Distad finds Willett on the right side. Here's Olsen with a chance here, trying to get it onto his stick. It rolls off up in the air, played off a high stick, and the Lightning will negate that high stick, and it's just carried out by Billy Downs. Downs driving in, couldn't get the shot off. The White Bear water bottle, Leo Gabriel just sitting back there. The official will scoop that one up. I don't know how the water bottle left the goal shelf, but the Bears would like to help the Lightning water bottle off that goal shelf here in the next minute 20 on this power play for White Bear Lake, but not a good start. First 45 seconds spent mostly in the White Bear Lake zone.
I think we're going to see, though, I believe this is the top power play unit here with Rhodes, Staniez, and Welch out on the ice right now.
Here's Staniez with a drop pass. Bounces around, scooped up by Welch. He'll carry it to the corner. Now drop back for Belisle. Belisle fires a shot. It's loose in front, nearly put away by Staniez, but it's cleared by the Lightning with 50 to go in the power play.
Well, Jack Staniez has had a quietly really good start to this game. Really fast, and he's had two really good chances out in front of the net just because he goes hard to the front of the net. I wonder if he'll get rewarded for that at some point.
Long pass from Belisle. Hits off of Opgren's stick, and then Eastview will track it down, play it back into the White Bear Lake end. Belisle, some nice moves here. Backhands one to his left. Into the zone comes Welch. Welch cuts to his right, tries to find Staniez on the back door, eventually connects behind the goal. Played over to Rode, back out high for Belisle. He'll fire one just wide of the Lightning goal. Takes a good bounce off the back wall. Gallatin moves it to his right, but it's out of the reach of Rode, and the Bears have to touch up, and that'll pretty much do it. One last rush with the extra man, but Rode takes a big open ice hit by Logan Opgren, who has been rocking the Bears all evening as Eastview is now full strength.
We're seeing why Opgren is going to be playing juniors next year. Physical, tough defenseman, not giving White Bear anything.
Borgstad sends one into the glove of Jay Severin, and the whistle blows with just under 10.5 to go in period number one. And we are not 7 minutes in, Gabe. Already got 8 shots on goal. 5 for the Bears, 3 for the Lightning. These goaltenders getting into it early.
Yeah, both teams playing aggressive and fast, looking to get pucks on the net. And even though there's been a lot of shots, a lot of them have been good quality chances. It hasn't just been shots from random spots. There's been some good opportunities for both sides here.
Lightning trying to break free. Vieira got his stick in the way, but here come the Lightning. Chance, backhand shot, nice save. Gabriel rebound loose, and it's picked up by Willett and carried to the outside. Back to the blue line, kept in by the Lightning. A shot blocked in front, getting his body in the way of that one was Vinny Vieira, but the Bears can't clear. Here's Zach Wooten. He'll center one. Nobody there for the Lightning, and the Bears get it out of harm's way. Here's Charlie Olson in on the left side. Tried for a drop pass. Couldn't get it to go. Around the wall here for Caldenbach. Out to neutral it goes. Gallatin rotates it left for Eckerly. Eckerly, nice move there. Tried to go back to his right, but Devin Willett couldn't catch it. Lightning got in the way, and then they will regroup here. Opgren. Hard pass to his right to Kaltoff, who fires a shot off the blocker of Gabriel, whose puck picked up by Downs. Downs goes to his right, plays it back behind the goal. Eckerly pinned up against the wall. Puck comes free. Caleb Nelson helping out for Eastview. Stealing it away. Bears trying for an outlet. They do find it finally. Olson moving it forward, and it's dumped in by Michael Delaney. Severin behind the goal for the Lightning. Rings it around the wall. It's scooped up by Billy Downs, but pickpocketed nicely by Belisle. Belisle at the red line. Up in the air, drop down. Left for Opgren for Eastview. He'll pass it to nobody. It's picked up by Distad. He'll drive to the goal and just missed with the shot. Good luck out of nowhere for the Bears as Caleb Nelson sends a pass up. Can't connect. Wohler in to the zone now for Eastview. Fires one on Gabriel. He'll swallow that one up nicely. And we remain scoreless with just over 8 to go in the opening frame.
Zach, I think we're only about 9 minutes into this game, and I think we've said Logan Opgren's name at least 15 times already. He has already been a huge factor in this game. I know he has left the ice, but he's clearly going to be their star. He's clearly their star defenseman. He's out there quite a bit, but he keeps making plays for Eastview, and it's easy to see why he's going to be playing in juniors next year. Aiden
Welch with speed out of the zone, fires one off the wall back to himself here behind the goal now. Welch centers one for Rode, who backhands one on goal. Save made and then covered up by Severin. But just how dangerous is this top line for White Bear Lake? A faceoff in the White Bear Lake zone. And within seconds, it was on the Eastview side, and Rode, with a grade A scoring opportunity, just couldn't get it past Severin.
Well, this top line for White Bear, they're clearly balanced as well. Aiden Welch, a little bigger. Jack Stanez, a little bit smaller and quicker. And Rode is just an all-around great player.
One timed wide of the goal by Aiden Welch. Welch will get it here for the Bears as he centered one, but it's knocked away by Eastview. And retreating to grab the puck is Welch. He's all over the ice as he finds Driscoll. Driscoll's pass intercepted by Wooten. Wooten driving to the White Bear Lake goal, still with it. Played behind the Bears net. Here's Kronberg to the blue line, sent back behind by Wohler. Stolen away by the Bears. Aikens had it taken away from his stick, and then spinning and firing a shot into the back of the net. First blood to Eastview. That's Tyler Cords, the senior forward, with 7:12 to go in period number one.
Tyler Cords right there. That was just a quick shot low. I think he caught Gabriel Five-hole. His 4th goal of the season for Cords' 8th point on the year. But that was just a quick shot. I don't even think Gabriel saw it. There's some bodies on front, and then a quick shot like that just slipped under his pad. Nothing he could do about that, but unfortunate start for White Bear.
A lot of people here at TCO Sports Garden with Bears in their hands, ready to throw onto the ice as soon as the Bears get that first goal.
Hopefully we don't have a repeat of last year when the truck got stuck leaving the Zamboni doors.
I like to think they learned their lesson.
One would hope.
Devin Willett at the red line, helped out here by Gallatin. Grady Gallatin, right to left, fires one just wide of the Eastview goal. It rings all the way back to the Eastview blue line, where it's played immediately over to Kish, who fires it on goal from the red line, and that 100-foot save courtesy of Leo Gabriel. Up to Willett. Poked off his stick, grabbed by Downs. I don't think he made it there, and he did not. Just behind the red line. Didn't get the follow through, and that'll be an icing.
I mean, the difference, though, Zach, between high school and other levels of hockey is even when you ice the puck, you can still change. So at least Eastview still gets a change, gets fresh legs on the ice. But that could have been a dump in and an opportunity to keep the play in White Bear's zone. So White Bear getting a nice face-off here.
And off the draw, which taken by Noah Norman. And Gibson quickly fired it, and a weak angle shot turned away.
I don't even think Severin saw that. He didn't really look like he had it. Normally goalies put their glove over the puck immediately. He was just kind of looking around.
Draw one to the corner. Picked up by Tanner Kronberg. Out to the red line, up in the air. Baseball batted into the White Bear Lake zone. Distad back for the Bears. Finds Belial behind the White Bear Lake cage. I believe I just heard Flying V as it finds its way to Michael Delaney. Big collision in front of the White Bear Lake student section. That'll draw another power play, I believe, for White Bear Lake, as it looks like Nick Karam.
Some extracurricular activity going on here.
Will head to the penalty box. Bears 0 for 1 on the power play. The Lightning 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. They've had a 87% penalty kill percentage so far.
One thing to watch, Zach, we're seeing this. Two White Bear Lake players lining up on that right wing. Tim Sager loves his face-off setups, so he runs those plays right off the face-off rather than waiting for them to get the puck. So
there's 79% power play on the year. We'll try to set something up. Gallatin to Belial. Belial shot, hit a skate, directed wide to the goal. Pass across, broken up by the Lightning. Belial almost kept it in with his right skate, but bounces just past that blue line. Carried right back in by Gallatin. Gallatin in the corner. Looks to the back door and found Stanius, but he couldn't get the shot off.
A little bit of a bouncing puck. Couldn't get good control there.
Rode back to Belial, who returns it to Rode. Stanius. Puck ramps off the stick. It's gloved down by Welch. Welch to Belial at the blue line. Now to Rode. Rode with the shot, and another save made by Severin. He has been incredible so far. The first part of this hockey game. Minute 5 to go in the power play for White Bear, and a much better first minute to that one than what we saw earlier this period.
Yep, they're able to get set up in the zone and control where they wanted to move the puck rather than kind of scrambling once they got in the zone. And that's the biggest thing with Tim Sager's power plays is he needs to get set up.
Draw one by the Lightning, and huge face-off win there, as Kevin Wolder will send it the 200 feet necessary to force the Bears to regroup in their own end. Distad to Willett. Tracked down by Kaldenbach. Backhanded to the corner by Wooler. Wooler has it. He'll try to clear. Getting to the left just in time was Eckerly. His pass intercepted and cleared down the ice by Braden Kaldenbach. Half minute to go in the power play for the Bears. A couple of chances here. As Charlie Olson skates it in, puts on the brakes, looks around for options, finds one on the left side, but it skipped the stick of the intended receiver, Eckerly. Behind the goal, scooped up by Olson. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Back out high. Here's Distad with the shot, and a save made again by Severin. Saw it all the way through and kept it in his pads as the Bears were swarming for a rebound, but none was given.
No, great rebound control this game by Jay Severin. He's been a really solid, clearly a very solid goaltender for this Eastview team. He is not giving White Bear Lake anything.
Lightning win the draw. They try to clear. It is forced past Noah Driscoll. and then dumped deep into the White Bear Lake zone. Gallatin back to pick up. Finds Welch on the left side. Tried for a quick give and go there to Rode, but they couldn't connect. Opgram with the shot. It's redirected just wide of the goal. One-handing it there was Brothers as he's now driven hard into the corner boards. Welch finds Stanius on the outlet pass. Stanius will use his speed to drive into the corner. Down to his knees was Nick Karam, and
penalty against White
penalty
Bear.
against the Bears coming up as White Bear Lake perhaps a little too aggressive, a little bit of frustration building here as they've done everything but score in this first period.
That was about as obvious as a cross-check as you could have. Eastview's player was down on a knee, and Jack Stanius did a full double forearm right to the shoulder. It doesn't really get more obvious than that, unfortunately, for White Bear. But Eastview's killed two of White Bear Lake's power plays. Let's see if White Bear Lake can kill one of Eastview's. But if Eastview could put another goal in the back of the net here, this would be a nice lead, a nice 2-goal lead early in the game, and White Bear Lake getting frustrated quick.
Draw one by the Lightning as they look to set up their power play. It's Opgran to his right.
Very similar setup to White Bears.
Brothers fires a shot that's blocked in front. Carried out by Wooten. He'll go to the corner. Played down low. Belisle trying to clear it out for the Bears. He'll handle it for a moment, but it finds its way to the stick of Wooten, who plays it back to the blue line for Jordan Brothers. Brothers tiptoes along that line, goes to his right for Wooten. Now across for Opgren. Opgren looks at his options here. Opens up, goes to his left. Here's Kish down low. Pass in front, and the one-time opportunity for Zach Wooten doesn't go. Instead, it goes all the way back to the Eastview zone with just over 2 to go in the period and just over 1 minute to go in the power play for Eastview.
Perfect setup by Eastview. They had the goal there.
Here's Wooten behind the goal. Out to Opgren. Opgren's shot rattles around, and making the save is Leo Gabriel. After a couple of bounces, he tracked it down, got it into that glove with exactly 1 minute remaining in the power play for the Lightning.
Well, it's clear to see why Eastview has so many guys that have goals this season, especially those top guys like Brothers. That power play setup was perfect. The only thing they didn't do was get the one-timer in front of the net, but yeah, Eastview had 2 or 3 great chances right there on the power play. I wonder if their second unit can do the same.
Karam controlling it. Pass across, broken up nicely by Will Distad. Bears trying to keep it to that perimeter. Distad steals it away. Tried to clear, but it hit the official, and it stays in the zone for Eastview. Down low, Tyler Cords to the corner. Now in front, it trickles off the stick of Billy Downs, and the Bears are going to be able to clear it here as they skate it down. Nice poke check put on as Eastview trying the quick transition game now. Downs to his right. Here's Nick Karam. Karam working it in, tried to center, bounced off a stick, went back to the blue line. Finds its way to Wohler. Back out high. Ortman with the shot. It goes just over the White Bear Lake goal. Bounces off that glass. Now back to the top of the circle. Here's Ortman. Try number 2 as he goes to his left, and the shot taken. Rebound put on goal, and save is made. And the official blows the whistle. The net is off the moorings. 5 seconds to go in the power play for Eastview, and certainly had their chances.
Yeah, this Eastview, they're running a kind of power play that you see a lot actually in the NHL now, a 1-3-1. So they have one guy in front of the net. Then they have 3 guys lined up almost at the exact same spot across the middle of the ice, and 1 guy at the point. It creates so much room and open space for them to make passes, and they're getting a lot of great chances.
Draw one by Eastview. Opgren with the shot. Pad save made by Gabriel. Looking for some open ice there in that corner. Finding it was Belisle. He'll skate it out. Gains the line. Dumps it deep. Bears trying for some late period magic as Rode will control it for a moment before the Lightning are able to clear it to center. Eastview trying to just slow things down here, get some control, and they can't do so through neutral ice. Rode will jab it forward to Stanius. Stanius avoids a hit. Rode fires a shot, and the save is made by Severin. 18 seconds now remaining in the opening period. Lightning looking for options here as they look to work it out of the zone. Long pass hits off of Gallatin's stick. That negates the icing, and the Eastview Lightning now with a late period rush. They battle in the corner, centering pass broken up by Rode as time expires on the opening period. It is Eastview 1, White Bear Lake 0. Shots on goal favor Eastview 13-10, and it's very rare, Gabe, that we see a 23-shot first period. So much action, so quick, and unfortunately for White Bear Lake, they were unable to solve Severin in the first 17.
Yeah, I give a lot of props to this Eastview defense and Severin. White Bear Lake had good chances, but Severin gave them absolutely nothing. He didn't give up any rebounds. There was no second chance opportunities for White Bear. And then clearly Eastview, their defense is very, very stout. They are giving White Bear Lake a tough time. And White Bear Lake, their top line, Welch, Rode, and Stanyas, has been absolutely terrific this season, but they can't get anything going because of the way this defense is playing. White Bear Lake defensively, though, they have to stop leaving Leo Gabriel hanging him out to dry. The only goal that was scored was just a quick shot. Gabriel couldn't see it, and then a few great chances for Eastview on the power play. Gabriel came up big, but a few missed chances for Eastview that they could have extended their lead. So White Bear Lake needs to play a little bit more conservative on defense, not get quite as aggressive, trying to get that lead back right away. Eastview, I think they keep playing their game the way they are. They've put themselves in a great position to win and put themselves in a good spot moving forward.
We'll take a breather. We'll come back with more. I believe we've got at least 34 minutes of hockey left, but who knows after that. The Lightning lead the Bears 1-0 on this White Bear Lake boys hockey home opener at TCO Sports Garden. We'll take a breather, come back with the second period. After this, it's all thanks to Will Anderson and American Family Insurance. Thank you to Will for his support here on this 2022-2023 season. Back in a moment here on the Horn.
I'm Will Anderson. I was graduated from White Bear Lake High School in 1991. Played hockey for the Bears for 3 years. I was lucky enough to go to the state tournament my sophomore and junior year. My thing at American Family is I believe that customer service is a lost art form. You can buy insurance from a number of different people and a number of different ways out there. If you're buying insurance online and you don't have a representative, I'd love to be that person. One of the things that makes us a little bit different is we always insure people the way we would want to be insured. So I start out with a very robust insurance package. I believe that your home is your number one asset. So you want to make sure that's very well protected. Most people would rather pay a little bit more to have great coverage. And that's what we do. We give people the options for great protection. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, but you can call us, text us at 612-361-7283. That's my cell phone, 612-361-7283, or willandersonagency.com. I'm Will Anderson. Graduated from White Bear Lake High School in 1991. Played hockey for the Bears for 3 years. I was lucky enough to go to the state tournament my sophomore and junior year. My thing at American Family is I believe that customer service is a lost art form. You can buy insurance from a number of different people and a number of different ways out there. If you're buying insurance online and you don't have a representative, I'd love to be that person. One of the things that makes us a little bit different is we always insure people the way we would want to be insured. So I start out with a very robust insurance package. I believe that your home is your number one asset. So you want to make sure that's very well protected. Most people would rather pay a little bit more to have great coverage. And that's what we do. We give people the options for great protection. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, but you can call us, text us at 612-361-7283. That's my cell phone, 612-361-7283, or willandersonagency.com.
Hey, welcome back. Second period action coming up between the White Bear Lake Bears and the Eastview Lightning. Sorry if we just blew out your television speakers. We actually might start playing some music during the intermission just to not. That's one complaint we've had in the past.
Yeah.
Especially with people tuning in the intermission, they're like, is the volume not working? They crank it up, and then we go, welcome back. But anyway, he's Gabe Bartlett. He's Josh Dorr. He's Zach Chapman. I'm Zach Helverson. And welcome back. The Eastview Lightning leading the Bears 1-0 through 17 minutes of play. But very relatively evenly matched game, Gabe. The Bears have had chances of their own, too.
Yeah, there's been plenty of chances by both teams. We talk about, the shots are 23 total on the game, or on the first period. So I expect to see a lot of offensive firepower, even if there's not that many goals.
Devin Willett gets it to Charlie Olson. Olson left wing side, driving the goal. Here's Olson, backhand, score! The Bears fly as the Bears score, and it's 1-1.
Here we go. Let's see if the crew this time can clean up the Bears quicker than last year. But Charlie Olson right there went flying through the zone with a lot of speed. He might have had some grapes or something during the intermission to get some energy, and he went flying to the front of the net, put a great move on backhand, and finds the back of the net. White Bear Lake now with a tie game is. They've found a more efficient way to clean up the Bears this year.
Efficient's a strong word.
Efficient is a strong word.
They are basically the White Bear Lake Bears players are. And by the way, the kids on the far side, they're just throwing stuffing over there.
Yeah.
I hope somebody's seen that, because that could be dangerous.
Right.
Hopefully it's just snow, but yeah.
This is always the fun part is. There's always someone that wants to be the last one to throw the bear on the ice. So hopefully people don't start throwing them on the ice after the play starts, but you never know.
And again, I'm just concerned here. Somebody threw something. Okay, there we go. Maybe, hopefully, it's like Vinny Vieira is going to pick it up. All right, thankful. See, that's the kind of dangerous stuff. You get a skate on that,
right.
That's, a knee, something else. So.
Yeah, it would not feel good. But,
proud White Bear hockey tradition that has never graduated.
Nope. Again, better than last year. For those of you who don't remember last year, the truck got stuck in the Zamboni door. Usually a truck comes out and we throw all the toys and bears and stuff in the back of that. This year, I guess they decided just to throw all of them on a box on the ice and make the team pick it up, which I guess that's smarter, but I don't know. I kind of wanted to see the truck try to back out onto the ice again.
It was pretty fun back in the day.
Yeah. And there was always the bear costume, someone in the bed of the truck, but that's okay.
So the Bears get on the board. They tie the game up. It just took 20 seconds of the second period to make that happen, and now all the momentum on the White Bear Lake side as Stanius centers one. The one-time shot taken by Rode, the save made by Jay Severin.
And Jay Severin, who gave up he gave up a goal a minute ago. You can't blame him for that one, though. Charlie Olson flying with speed and put a great backhand move on. But right there, great one-time save out in front of the net.
I love seeing Sager going with that second line of Olson, Borgstad, and Willett. Olson capitalizing, and now that allows us top line to come out there and try to add to that, maybe even get the lead away here for White Bear Lake. Draw splits the defense, so coming back to grab it will be Aiden Welch. He'll find Belisle on the left side. Belisle fighting through a check, gets back up and skates it in. Great individual effort here. Belisle whiffs on the shot, spins backwards, gets driven into the wall. Rode trying to help him out. Here's Nolan Rode, back to the blue line. Now drop down low. A centering attempt, bouncing puck in the slot area. Rode couldn't get a handle on it, and it's cleared out by the Lightning. Down the ice goes Kish. He takes a hard hit in front of that White Bear Lake student section. gets back up, sends a pass back to Kaldenbach, who returns it to Kish. Kish goes to the corner for Wooten. Now back to Kaldenbach at the blue line. He'll go off the wall. Belisle trying to muster it away. Can't do so, and the Lightning get a quick shot off. A couple players get tied up in front, and the puck goes through and finds its way into the Eastview bench. Kind of an awkward play out in front of that White Bear Lake goal. The Lightning nearly got a quick response game.
Yeah, and they just went. Eastview just went flying down the ice and made a great play, and then Leo Gabriel at the end of that play, his stick got stuck in the shin pad of somebody. I didn't see who it was, but yeah, White Bear Lake lucky to not have given up a goal in that situation. This game, Zach, is starting to get really chippy. Both these teams playing physical, and we're seeing some stuff happening after and before plays. Right there, we saw two guys in the face-off dot taking some whacks at each other.
The intensity in this one has been pretty prevalent the entire game so far. Not a lot of time to breathe for either squad. As the Bears look for some space. And
penalty come against Eastview.
Making his way to the bench is Leo Gabriel. So it'll be 6-on-5 until the Lightning touch it. Gallatin.
Don't pass it back into your own net.
Off the left side. Regrouping is Noah Norman. He'll find Gallatin, the captain. His pass broken up, but Olsen steals it away before possession can be had. The dump in will be touched up by goaltender Jay Severin. And a power play for White Bear Lake coming up.
Yeah, I didn't see what the penalty was, but
will be roughing on one of the players, and I believe Reed Ellingson heading to the box for the Lightning.
Well, White Bear Lake 0 for 2 on the power play so far. We'll see if they can generate something here.
See if third time is a charm. Welch back to the blue line for Gallatin. He'll skate it down low, finds Road. Back to Gallatin in the corner. Poked off his stick. Opgran trying to clear. And the Lightning are able to do so.
Yeah, White Bear Lake, they got to get the. Oh, that's a clear penalty.
Gallatin collided away from the puck with Tyler Cords. And Cords will draw that penalty, and then it'll make it 4-on-4 for 95 seconds.
Yeah, Gallatin tried to just wall off whoever was entering or who's ever pressuring for Eastview, and instead of just staying in front of him, he got his stick out in front and hooked the player down. That's a clear interference penalty, and Gallatin wasn't happy about it, but that's as blatant as it can be.
So a little bit more open ice here at TCO Sports Garden. Bears win the draw. Joe Belisle reversing direction behind his goal. Gathers some speed. Flings it to his right for Nolan Road. Will pick it up. Road back to Belisle. Belisle across. Chance for the Bears, and it doesn't go. To the corner instead. Kalhoff. Battle continues. Here's Road driving the goal. Looks for options. Finds Belisle. Belisle along the blue line. Poked over. Sent to the far corner. Will Distad. Out high. A shot. Pushed away. Belisle in the corner. To Welch. Cross for Distad. Dropped it down low for Road. Road and Welch trying for it. They both lost it. And Wooten for Eastview enters the zone. Got into the corner for Kish. Down to Wooten. Stolen away by Belisle. 27 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Ellingson got in the way of the first clear attempt for the Bears. The second one is good. And here comes Road. Road across for Welch, but it goes off his stick and into the corner. Lightning will carry it out. They'll have the man advantage here in 12 seconds. Ellingson, left side, shot save made. To the corner it goes. Road will pick it up. Has Stanius in front of him, finds him. Stanius, right side, driving in, trying to go to the backhand, but it trickled off his stick harmlessly into the corner. On 4 now in favor of Eastview. Lightning send it down the ice out of the reach of Brothers, and that is a very, very big icing for White Bear Lake. The Lightning having to come all the way back in their own zone. 15 seconds to go in that power play.
Yeah, Eastview right there, trying to get a little greedy like a goblin, going for the full ice pass rather than just try to stick with the safer one and generate some speed through the neutral zone. They went for the full cross ice right there.
Bears win the draw all the way back to their own zone. Gabriel will look on. The race for the puck is on, and Lightning do have it. They carry it out in front. Backdoor shot, score. Charlie Ortman with the goal. It looked good initially. Bears killed some of that time off with that face-off win, but the Lightning won the race and got it out in front. Ortman all alone and on that far side, Gabe.
And that's, what I was talking about at the end of the period. You can't leave your goaltender out to dry if you're White Bear. Two defensemen, they lose the puck battle, and Ortman's standing there with a forehand shot on the back door. There's no chance for Leo Gabriel there. All he can try to do is just sprawl out and try to make a save.
So the penalty trouble there cost the Bears. They only had about 25 seconds to kill, but it turned out to be deadly. Kronberg for the Lightning into the zone. Fights off a check, sends a shot off the side of the cage. Picked up by Wooler. Centering attempt jabbed out to the blue line, but kept in by Wooler. Kronberg. Harassed with the puck. Bears steal it away. Blake Eckerly gains the red line, sends it deep. Opgren to his left. Bears looking for some fire from the second line. Charlie Olson, the lone goal scorer for the Bears, he's out there, number 15. Willett lets it go off his stick. It'll go down for an icing with just over 11 to go in period number 2.
Yeah, White Bear Lake really struggling to break out of their zone right now. They got to try to get some speed as they're leaving the zone. And Eastview, they are just containing the puck in White Bear Lake zone. They're making a lot of great plays to keep the puck in the zone. All White Bear Lake can do is just ice it and try to play to get fresh legs on the ice.
Draw one by Eastview. Shot, pad save made by Gabriel. Belisle tried to clear. Kept in by Eastview. Now helping out is Stanius. He'll fire one on goal. Juicy rebound. Be picked up by Welch. Welch carries it around, fires a shot. Stick got in the way of that one as it goes to the corner, where it's Rode who finds Welch. Welch backhanded one to the near corner. And the Lightning send it down the ice. Brothers trying to fight off Will Distad. High off the glass, bounces down. Caldenbach. Now it's Stanius to his right. Will Distad plays it deep into the Eastview zone. Off the shelf, trickles down in front of the White Bear Lake bench, kept in nicely. Driscoll forcing the issue. Puck goes wide of the goal. It'll be Belisle trying to center one, hit off a breezer and goes out to center, where the Lightning will flip it into the White Bear Lake end and try to get some fresh bodies out there. Nolan Road for Stanius. At the blue line, Eastview keeping it in. Great work by Reed Ellingson, who has been all over the ice tonight here, especially in the second period. Opgren, perhaps the player of the first, and in this middle frame so far, Reed Ellingson, who's been all over the place, as has Graham Ellingson, who played the puck forward.
Ooh, White Bear Lake might have gotten away with a trip right there. Noah Driscoll took the legs right out from underneath a Eastview player, but no call. I think they got away with one there.
Kyle Gibson for White Bear Lake. Quick backhand opportunity. Bears trying to shovel it in, but Severin stands tall.
Well, right there, Zach, that's what you got to do sometimes if you're White Bear. When you can't generate offense, you just got to throw the puck to the front of the net and just like a group of wild turkeys go right to the front of the net and try to battle for that puck.
Lightning. Off the draw, it goes off of Blake Eckerly's glove and into the White Bear Lake bench. 9 to go in period number 2. Charlie Olson wins the draw back to Eckerly. This little no-look pass. But the Lightning are wise to it. They skate it right back in. Kronberg, right side shot. Escalates over the White Bear Lake goal, and Bears able to clear it back out. Devin Willett drives it deep. Borgstad to Willett. Willett with the shot missing. Olsen picks it up. Goes back for Eckerly. Eckerly's shot missing the Lightning goal. Driving in was Gallatin, but it's jabbed at and poked away by the Lightning. And they're going to call a slash on Brady Borgstad. There is a fine line between a stick lift and a slash, and it was very close, but the officials will go with the penalty, and another power play opportunity for the Lightning, which did pretty well in the limited time they had earlier in this period.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be another full power play for Eastview. In their first few power plays, they generated a lot of good scoring chances. I wonder if they're gonna go right back to what they were doing earlier and try to generate stuff the same way.
Bears, big face-off win. They'll try to connect with Nolan Road as he enters the zone short-handed. Lightning come back to pick it up. John Kish is met by Road, who steals it away, finds Aikens with the shot, make that Welch, and his shot is turned away by Severin. My first Aiden Welch, Aiden Aikens slip-up of the year, folks. Here's Kronberg for the Lightning. His shot turned away by Gabriel. It's still loose and then put into the back of the net. The Lightning have a 3-1 lead, and it's thanks to Tanner Kronberg.
Tanner Kronberg, that was a great play. Just like Justin Bieber waits under the mistletoe, Kronberg was waiting right out there for a rebound. He came patiently, and he found the back of the net on a quick shot with the rebound.
2-goal lead. Some would say the most dangerous lead in hockey. Lightning have it. Bears hoping to not have their home opener spoiled. But a couple of power play goals here in this second period has turned what really was a great start to this period. 20 seconds in, the Bears got that first goal of their home schedule this year, thanks to Charlie Olson. And ever since, 2 unanswered now for the Lightning. Pinned up against the wall is Noah Norman. Puck squirts free. Reed Ellingson behind the goal. That's Wohler. Up for Nelson. Nelson to his right. Here's Downs. Billy Downs ridden off the puck by Grady Gallatin. Reed Ellingson trying to keep it in. Does so. Got it toward the goal, but it's played out up in the air. Takes a weird hop, but it does go. Does not go for an icing.
I don't understand.
They waved
why
it
that
off
wasn't.
at the last second. That was okay. No harm, no foul, I guess. I think the Lightning would have loved to take that, but we play on.
Yeah, that puck was floating all alone like a rubber duck and just no icing call for whatever reason. I'm not sure why.
Charlie Olson behind the goal for White Bear Lake. Driscoll tried to clear. Willett tried to help out as well, but the Lightning have been able to put on some pretty impressive forechecking in this hockey game as the Bears struggle to break it out. At neutral ice, it's Kish directing it in, but they're going to say offside, I believe. A little under 6 to go. We will be doing boys and girls basketball. We will be doing some girls hockey games as well this year as we do season number 11 of the Horn. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we'll leave tonight with a better result than what was shown on the scoreboard. Belisle drops it back. Stad. Battle continues. Here's Welch trying to shake a defender. Rode. Now to Stanius, back to Rode. Backhand opportunity. Drew a penalty in the process. A slashing call made. And the Bears will go back on the power play.
If you're White Bear Lake here, you gotta be hungry for a goal right here on the power play. Your fourth opportunity, you haven't been able to find the back of the net yet. They've had good chances. They gotta set up and they gotta find something on something cross ice or a backdoor one timer or something, because there's too much talent on this White Bear team to be 0 for 4 on the power play.
Bears win the draw. Joe Belisle to the road. A pass across intended for Gallatin. Goes through his stick and into the half wall. Bears do recover. 2-on-2 battle. Jammed at toward the goal. Still loose. The whistle blown too early.
Yep, that was a loose puck. Leighton Road pounced on that like a lion looking for the rebound and just nothing there.
18 seconds gone in the power play. There's talking some stuff over here before the puck is dropped. Nolan Road will enter the circle for the Bears. He'll drop it back for Gallatin. Belisle to Road. Rhodes pass to the corner. In front. Welch trying to get after it. Now here's Belisle with the goal. Belisle fired the shot. I believe Gallatin might have helped it along. He doesn't have a stick anymore. Didn't need it. The Bears cut the lead in half. It's 3-2.
A great play there by White Bear Lake. Like I just said, you got to swarm the net. You got to get bodies out in front. You got to be like a group of turkeys right out in front of the net, and they do that time. They get 3-4 bodies out in front. They find the rebound, and they finally they cut the lead in half. So White Bear Lake now with some momentum. Hopefully they can keep that up.
It was played out in front. Was swarming that goal, and now another penalty called on White Bear Lake. Interference will be the call. And, not much room to, or not much time to kind of get into the swing of things for these penalty box door operators here. It's been a busy night in the penalty department for both sides.
Yeah.
And a dangerous power play opportunity coming up for the Lightning as they look to kill the momentum that the Bears have gained with that power play goal game.
Yeah, I mean, White Bear Lake, you can't shoot your momentum in the foot like that. And like Zach, like you just said, the door operators in the penalty box getting a bunch of work tonight. They might need to have some beans or something during the intermission to get some energy going, because man, they've had their work cut out for them tonight.
Puck finally breaks free. The Lightning go back to Opgren at the point. The shot tipped in the air, and I don't know how that wasn't a high stick.
That looked like a clear high stick.
That was the officials. I hope they talk it over here.
Can they reverse it though?
They can. If somebody, they are talking about it, not in the semicircle. The captain there, Grady Gallatin, going to ask, and now all three officials will counsel here. But it looks like they just gave Alex Westad the nod that this goal will count. But man, that looked like a high tip.
Yeah, that
and if he did connect, I don't think that, and it looked like he did connect. I am shocked, and head coach Tim Sager is livid right now.
Yeah.
I don't know how you, unless they didn't have a good view of the play. And no goal is the call.
Yeah, that's the right call.
That's the right call.
That puck was up high, and he knocked that thing down. It was just bouncing like a bean there on the ice, and yeah, that's the right call right there. That stick was way over the shoulder.
What a crucial call. You rarely ever see that, Gabe, in the high school level.
You very rarely
where
see
they overturn it.
But yeah, I just went back and I watched the replay on our stream, and yeah, that stick was above the shoulder clearly. Yeah. You normally say Mama puts the peanut butter on the top shelf when you score a goal, but right there, that stick was way on the top shelf. No chance. That was a good reversal by the
Off the draw, quick wrister by Aiden Welch. As we'll see how the Lightning respond. They were not happy about that call. And now they're going to have to fight through that adversity here. But the good news for them, they still have the 3-2 lead. And they still have 1:23 to go on this power play. But the Bears very aggressive right now, perhaps sensing some shakiness here with Nolan Road and Aiden Welch. Also, should note that that little break allowed this top penalty kill line some time to rest and get ready for return to play. And with a minute to go, Bears trying to just kill this off. 3:12 to go in the second period. It was 1-0 after one, now 3-2 as the puck is covered up by Gabriel. And there was a little extra activity after, and now...
I wonder if we're going to see some players get tossed from the game here.
We'll see. It's officials trying to cool things down here. They're talking, and definitely a couple of, White Bear Eastview, they don't have much of a history.
No.
But you wouldn't know it really by watching this game tonight. Not only has it been incredibly intense from a hockey perspective, but been a lot of words exchanged, a lot of physicality, and I think we might be seeing some coincidental minors called as they...
That's the right call in this situation. Because those guys were going after each other, and that was not just a little normal scuffle you see sometimes. That was a full-on. There was some actual. I don't know if there was a punch thrown, but there was clearly something.
Tanner Kronberg is heading to the penalty box. He's a captain, so he's trying to get an explanation. Now the rest of the leadership crew for the Lightning coming into the semicircle now, trying to get an explanation from the officials. White Bear Lake has yet to send a player into the box. They are being asked to, I believe, send somebody. I would imagine Nolan Road.
Yeah, but he's just standing on the ice right now. Maybe a smart little move here by Tim Sager, keeping Nolan Road on the ice, not letting him go to the bench so that he doesn't have to go to the box. He can just stay out there.
The conversation continues with the official.
Yeah, and they're taking Grady Gallatin, but Grady's arguing with Gallatin's arguing, but yeah, he's just gotta. He's still arguing. You gotta get in the box before you take another penalty.
And they have another. They have a. Maybe this is just. Huh.
Yeah, that was a weird situation.
Very weird. And then they've got a penalty on
the box on White Bear.
They got a penalty on the White Bear Lake side, and
yeah,
I think it might be 5-on-3.
Yeah, I guess they.
And I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't know if I agree with that, but so they must have said that White Bear Lake initiated.
Did they give Grady Gallatin an extra 2?
They might have given him that. I wonder if that was unsportsmanlike because he was arguing and refusing to go to the box. I wonder if that was the decision. We're
going to get. They are talking right now with Alex Westsad, the public address announcer, and I would imagine we're going to get an explanation here. Door is open once again, and the officials continue to conference here.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused right now what's going on.
Very long delay from what seemed like a pretty routine.
Yeah.
And now we have the door is still open.
Yeah, and apparently they're saying that it's just.
And now.
Yeah, Tim Sager wants an explanation.
Because he wants to know if this is going to be 5-on-3. They added that extra 2. If it's. Here we go.
Okay, but what? They gave 2 to Joe Belisle.
So Belisle,
but is he still on the ice? I think Belisle is still on the ice. He is.
Belisle is on the ice.
So why is?
So Belisle needs to come off the.
Yeah,
what is going on?
I don't know. Joe Belisle is supposed to be in the penalty box for roughing, and why he's staying on the ice?
And why aren't the officials?
I don't understand this. So, okay, there was the 2 for.
And the officials are lined up, but one of the guys who got a penalty is on the ice in the right wing position.
And everyone's
a timeout has been called by the. Well, they force called a timeout on White Bear Lake. Yeah, yet, why would you call it?
I'm very confused.
Now they're closing the door.
Yeah, that one is on White Bear. You got to shut the penalty box door, but they never give Tim Sager an explanation. He was just waiting there.
But again, they called Joe Belisle.
Yeah.
Who, on my sheet, is number 6.
Right, and he was just standing.
He was lined up.
But they called 2 for roughing.
And again, I don't know why. So the official needs to do is turn around and tell Joe to go to the box.
Right. Or to the bench if
and Joe's going to serve the 2-minute coincidental.
Right.
He gets to go out after
then Gallatin
first
has
whistle.
2 for slashing.
But Gallatin's got 2 for slashing, so he's going to be. So we are going to have a 5-on-3 for 46 seconds.
And that is understandable. So 2 of the penalties offset, and then there's 1 on White Bear. But who should be serving the penalty? Because then Belisle should be also in the box serving his coincidental.
I'm trying to figure this out.
So there should be 3 guys in the box right now
and
for White Bear.
There could have been
Joe Belisle is staying on the ice
again. And we're going off of what was announced. So maybe Alex Westsad, who we have the utmost respect and faith in, but Joe Belisle is going back out on the ice.
I'm really confused.
You heard Joe Belisle's name called, right?
Yeah, Joe Belisle was announced as the second penalty, and White Bear Lake's setting in. What are they doing? I am very confused by White Bear. They got to be careful. This could be a delay of game on them.
Well, I think this is phenomenal to see a player allowed to serve his penalty. Here's Opgran with the shot. He scores.
And just like that, it's 5-on-4 again.
But I don't know what the heck is going on here. So I guess that will allow Charlie Olson, the original guy who got the first penalty about 30 minutes ago, to leave.
Yeah.
But that leaves Gallatin in the box for 2. And apparently Belisle, I guess, is allowed to serve his 2-minute coincidental out of the box.
I'm so
which
confused.
I've never seen before.
Yeah, this makes I'm really confused by this, and I don't know what Charlie Olson's doing. I don't know why he's confused. His situation's pretty clear to me.
So it's 5-on-4. Belisle is out there.
5-on-4.
All right, 1:55 left in the. Wow. Okay.
All right.
Well, let's try to get our bearings here. After one of the most odd sequences I've ever seen. And still odd because, again,
Joe Belisle's on the ice.
yeah.
That's okay.
He might, I mean, he could put a puck in the net. He might be the first ever to score or at least get an assist while also serving a coincidental minor.
Yeah. I really don't understand what's going on, but we're playing hockey again. That's all that matters.
Out comes Opgren. Carried in by Wooten. His pass across, stolen away by Brothers. Brothers to his right for Kish. His shot. Oh. Beautiful save by Leo Gabriel, tracking that puck the entire way. And wow.
That was an outstanding save by Leo Gabriel. He came out a little bit, and he just sucked that puck up like a vacuum right into the glove. That was a great shot by Kish on the back door. He was wide open.
1:05 left in the power play, 2:09 to go in the second period. Opgren off the face-off. Finds Brothers. His shot on the ice. Left pad save. Goes to the right corner in the White Bear Lake end. Picked up by Wooten. Backhanded to Opgren. His shot blocked. Charlie Olsen, great job
White
there.
Bear Lake just got away with another one. Opgren hit in the chin and no call.
Here's Olsen forcing a turnover, shorthanded. Olsen, score! Charlie Olsen, his second goal of the period. A shorty. And the Bears are back within one.
Well, Charlie Olsen, who spent about an hour and a half in the penalty box because of all the discussion, he was just stalking right there waiting for that puck, and he pounced on it really quickly, made a great move, and managed to beat a good goaltender so far, a hot goalie, and that's a great way to generate some momentum for White Bear near the end of this period.
100 seconds remaining. Here's Rowe trying to tie it. Backhand shot save. It's loose in front, but Bears down a man, didn't have anybody to put it away. 90 seconds remaining in the period. Still 22 seconds left on that power play for Eastview. They've been known to answer very quickly. Back out high, Karam with the shot. That's blocked. He gets it back, tries another one, but that doesn't go. Battle continues. Rhodes steals it. He'll try to clear, but can't get it past Ortman. Now a shot. Oh, just trickles wide of the White Bear Lake goal. Bears are back to full strength. Hustling back in as Stanius as the puck is played behind Gabriel in that White Bear Lake goal. Pinned up against the wall. A rare opportunity here as the whistle blown. Rare slow play in this hockey game. What a job by all these players. Again, this has been one of the more crazy entertaining hockey games, I think.
Yeah, this has been, well, it's been weird. Like we had that weird penalty situation, but then we have just really rapid goals that kind of come out of nowhere. And man, this has been a lot of fun so far, Zach. We're having a good time with this.
Belisle. As the puck is sent into the crowd. Face-off come back.
And a minute ago, Zach, we didn't get to talk about it. Leo Gabriel made an amazing kick save.
Yeah.
You couldn't have even fit a grain of sand between the puck and his skate right there. That was just an amazing kick save that saved a goal. So Leo Gabriel, although he's given up 4 goals, he's still played a great game so far.
Behind the White Bear Lake net. Belisle off the wall in the direction of Willett, but it's stolen back. Here's Brothers with a chance. Brothers fires a shot over the White Bear Lake goal. Bounces dangerously through that crease.
And the net came off the moorings.
And yeah, light touch of the goal sends the net flying off.
Maybe they need to put something else under those moorings that doesn't slide like ice does. Maybe put sand or just maybe a patch of grass right there or something to prevent the net
like
from sliding. Just anything.
A magnet.
That could work too.
Nah. No, it's not a problem, I don't think. It's now, totally not been an issue that we've had for since this place open.
But it's the greatest hockey arena in the world.
It's getting pretty old, though, man. I think it was built in 09.
That sounds
I
right.
think it might be time to start, looking at a new one.
It would not.
I mean, I said that in 2010, but, you know.
But now it would
I
be nice,
digress.
too. Yeah.
5 seconds to go. Lightning will slow things down. And we had a 1-goal deficit in the first intermission. We have a 1-goal deficit after about as wild a second period you'll see all season. Penalties galore, goals galore. But it all includes at least the first 34 minutes of this one.
Yeah, that period.
With a Lightning lead of 4-3.
That period had it all, Zach. There was physical play. There was a lot of goals. We had a town hall debate with the officials, with all the, with that whatever was going on with the penalties, and then Charlie Olsen had one of the goals that we talked about. He was just stalking there, waiting for that puck, pounced on the loose puck, and made a great move on front of the net for his second of the game. And honestly, these two teams, Zach, the more this game has continued, they are so balanced. These two teams match up against each other really well, both fast, both physical, both tough. But yeah, this game is getting really chippy, and like you said earlier, there's no rivalry between these two teams. I don't remember the last time these two teams even played until this season. But it's getting chippy.
I don't know if they have. I'd love to know the history. And I'm looking down here as they're going to the tunnel, and as the Bears were coming off the ice, the Lightning were coming. They were exchanging words.
Yeah.
This is. I mean, we don't have the rivalry here at or at Aldridge this year. Unfortunately, we don't even have it on the Horn this year.
Right.
But this is.
This is
got shades of that, man.
I expect this in White Bear against Hill Murray and White Bear against Stillwater.
Yeah.
I don't expect it against Eastview.
No.
I thought that this game was going to be like a clean cut. You know, I knew it would be physical, how both these teams are built. I didn't think it was going to be this chippy and that there was this much kind of hatred between these two teams. I know it's a strong word, but they clearly do not like each other.
No, this has been much crazier than I think anybody here expected it to be. And we will certainly look ahead to the third period, and I have no idea what's going to happen.
I don't either. It could be White Bear comeback, it could be the same stuff, or it could be something completely new. I don't know what we haven't had yet in this game, but who knows? Hockey's a crazy sport.
Eastview coaching staff talking with the officials as well. And one advantage that we have certainly is the ability to talk with head coach Tim Sager and figure out what the heck just happened. I'd also might try to get a hold of Alex Westad in the intermission and see what happened, what
He's
his
been the real MVP
perspective was. Because again, as we go back, Joe Belisle's name was called as having a coincidental minor while he was out on the ice. So that's a first that I've ever seen. But we'll figure it all out and get hopefully get some answers for you as we head to the third period. We'll take a breather. Eastview leads White Bear Lake 4-3. The final 17 coming up in just about 10 minutes from now. You are watching White Bear Lake Boys Hockey on the Horn. All thanks in part to Will Anderson and American Family Insurance.
I'm Will Anderson. Graduated from White Bear Lake High School in 1991. Played hockey for the Bears for 3 years. I was lucky enough to go to the state tournament my sophomore and junior year. My thing at American Family is I believe that customer service is a lost art form. You can buy insurance from a number of different people and a number of different ways out there. If you're buying insurance online and you don't have a representative, I'd love to be that person. One of the things that makes us a little bit different is we always insure people the way we would want to be insured. So I start out with a very robust insurance package. I believe that your home is your number one asset. So you want to make sure that's very well protected. Most people would rather pay a little bit more to have great coverage. And that's what we do. We give people the options for great protection. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, but you can call us, text us at 612-361-7283. That's my cell phone, 612-361-7283, or WillAndersonAgency.com. I'm Will Anderson. Graduated from White Bear Lake High School in 1991. Played hockey for the Bears for 3 years. I was lucky enough to go to the state tournament my sophomore and junior year. My thing at American Family is I believe that customer service is a lost art form. You can buy insurance from a number of different people and a number of different ways out there. If you're buying insurance online and you don't have a representative, I'd love to be that person. One of the things that makes us a little bit different is we always insure people the way we would want to be insured. So I start out with a very robust insurance package. I believe that your home is your number one asset. So you want to make sure that's very well protected. Most people would rather pay a little bit more to have great coverage. And that's what we do. We give people the options for great protection. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, but you can call us, text us at 612-361-7283. That's my cell phone, 612-361-7283, or WillAndersonAgency.com.
Our thanks to Will Anderson for another year of support of the Horn. We also thank Pods Complete Car Care and Accessories and all of our supporters over the years. Got us to an 11th season where, well, you think you've seen it all, but we just saw something I've never seen before in a hockey game, and really almost any organized sporting event. So we got an explanation in here from the folks downstairs in the officials booth, and it was exactly what we thought it was.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, Charlie Olson was in the penalty box, and there was a skirmish after the whistle, after the Bears had stopped play, and Leo Gabriel had covered the puck, and there was, like I said, some physicality after the whistle, and they called coincidental minors, and they called an extra penalty on Grady Gallatin. Grady Gallatin was in the penalty box. Charlie Olson was in the penalty box. That coincidental minor that they called was on Joe Belisle.
Mm-hmm.
There was about 3, 4, 5 minute delay. I don't think I'm exaggerating.
It was easily that long, yeah.
That really ended up forcing a timeout on the Bears, who I assume avoided a delay of game call.
Yep.
And so now the Bears don't have the timeout, which down a goal they probably would have liked to have going there.
Well, and then, Zach, as well, Joe Belisle stayed on the ice even though he was supposed to be in the box. Yeah.
The delay kept happening. The penalty box door was open. The penalty box door was open because the officials told the off-ice officials, the on-ice officials told the off-ice officials that Joe Belisle got a penalty. So that door was remaining open, waiting for Joe Belisle to come there. The off-ice officials told the on-ice officials that, hey, Joe Belisle needs to be on the number 6, and White needs to be in the penalty box. The officials, after calling the penalty, disagreed and forced that door closed. And after all was said and done, it was 5-on-3. The Lightning scored, but then a shorty from Charlie Olson on the box made it a 4-3 game, and that is where we stand. Bears scored 20 seconds into the second period. They would like to find an equalizer again here early in the third, and they almost did. Nice on-the-ice shot from the aforementioned Joe Belisle is blocked and then cleared down the ice by the Lightning. Probably wouldn't have gone the entire distance later on in the period, but that fresh ice let that puck slide all the way down. Face-off coming up in the Eastview zone. So we got to the bottom of it. Mm-hmm. And again, the craziest part is, Gabe, we called exactly what we thought happened, and that's exactly what it was.
It is what happened, but at the time, nobody knew. It was very confusing. I don't really even think the coaches knew until maybe now. We even saw during the intermission, we saw Eastview's coach talking to the officials, so I don't think really anyone knew what was going on.
And that overshadowed what happened just moments before that, in which a Eastview goal was disallowed. A tip, they said it was high stick. We haven't even talked about that. So a very eventful middle frame. We'll see if it settles down here in the third or if it keeps at this incredible pace. I mentioned before the intermission that this This has a feeling of a rivalry game, and as far as we know, this might very well be the first time these two teams have met. The Bears go. I think they went down there last year, but this is not a long history between these two teams.
No, there's not a history at all between these teams. Apparently, there's been maybe a little something between the student sections, but even then, I'm sure that's translating as much as it is to the ice.
Blake Eckerly connecting with his partner Grady Gallatin. Gallatin returns the favor. Long pass directed in on goal nicely by Devin Willett. Second line has been dangerous for the Bears. And Willett tries to force a turnover, does so in front of his students section there. Back to the top of the circle, a rising shot from Driscoll misses the net. Olsen just out of his reach. And the puck is cleared out to center ice after a big collision. It's a very loud TCO Sports Garden as the Bears carry it back in. Passing in the direction of Olsen doesn't go, but he'll follow it behind the Eastview goal. Willett trying to help out as well. Olsen brought down to the ice. He looks for a call, but none given. Willett with a chance. Loose in front, back to the blue line. It's Akins. He'll touch it up. The whistle blown. And I don't know what it was for. The net off the moorings, Gabe? What happened there? I'm going to say it maybe cleared the zone. I guess it maybe...
It was because Charlie Olsen's helmet came undone.
Oh.
His cage was hanging down. And Zach,
That'll do it.
There's something going on between these two schools. Every time the captain, number 2, Oakgren, looks at the student section for White Bear Lake, they're pointing their phones at him. Not really sure what it is, but there's clearly something.
Eastview and Apple Valley, which is polar opposite of the Metro almost from White Bear Lake. Again, I don't know where this all came from, but it is a result in a very entertaining hockey game. Kyle Gibson skates it behind the goal, reverses direction, driven hard in the corner. Puck comes free, goes out to the blue line, skips the stick of Belial. He'll retreat. Curls to the outside, sent it toward his own goal, and it's picked up dangerously by Will Distad. Played forward here to Michael Delaney. Lets it go for Gibson. Gibson fires a shot. Right pad save made by Severin. Delaney again, hard off the wall, takes a hit. He watches that puck go deep into the Eastview zone. Lightning flip it up in the air, bounces to Brothers, has a breakaway. Brothers moving in, and a beautiful save made by Leo Gabriel.
A dangerous goal scorer with Brothers right there. Jordan Brothers, 9 goals on the season, but Leo Gabriel stands tall, keeps this a 1-goal game. Maybe White Bear Lake can generate some momentum from that.
A long pass there. Brothers found his way. Broken coverage, if you will. Got through, but Leo Gabriel keeping this a 1-goal game. Grady Gallatin slowing things down for White Bear. He's pressured by Brothers. Either faked a pass or whiffed on the pass. I think he'll go with fake.
Yeah,
I think he'll go with the pump fake there. As the puck is carried back here through neutral ice into the White Bear Lake zone, it's Akins. A centering attempt directed to the outside by Rode. He'll watch it go back for Akins, who directs it over for Driscoll. To the blue line, shot directed in front. Wow. That was below the crossbar. That puck goes into the back of the net, and the 2-goal lead is restored for Eastview.
That is an outstanding tip right there by number 17, Tanner Kronberg. That you can't tip a puck any better than that. That was below the shoulder, swatting down. And man, you can't blame Leo Gabriel for that one, but that is an amazing play. That puck was high, and that was moving fast. That is an unbelievable play by Kronberg.
Credit to Tanner Kronberg. I think if you're White Bear Lake, maybe a little bit too casual down there in your own zone on the breakout.
But, I mean, Eastview, they were just holding the zone. White Bear Lake could not move the puck out of the zone, and if you can't break out and you can't get any kind of changes or anything, other teams are going to kill you, and when you're that tired, it becomes really hard to defend.
We mentioned earlier how impressive this forecheck was, and it's certainly helping, and almost helped
did it again.
Couple of deflections there, and Tander Kronberg almost had his second in about 15 seconds. Welch finds Rode. Rode working in. Nolan Rode, wraparound try, and it's turned away by Severin. Distad. Now to Belisle. Centering attempt broken up. Back to neutral ice. Again, Distad. His pass intercepted by Downs but carried in offside. 11.5 to go, period number 3. It's Eastview 5, White Bear Lake 3.
Eastview has shown tonight an unbelievable ability not only to hold the offensive zone with just 1 or 2 players, but their counterattack. White Bear Lake comes into the zone hard with speed, and then they are just able to break out of the zone really quickly, force a turnover, and then create a quick offensive chance. This is really impressive by Eastview.
Impressive play there by Joe Belisle, keeping it in front of him, and now the Bears have a forecheck, or one wasn't looking too likely. Borgstad. Back to the blue line, but it gets past Will Distad, who will fight off a defender, skates it back in to the corner, still with it, now centered and then swatted away by Eastview. Devin Willett on the outside, trying to find a pathway to the inside. Olsen brought down, as is another Eastview Lightning player, and that Lightning player is still down on the ice.
And Charlie Olsen right now and number 7, Braden Kaldenbach are exchanging some words after this play. As you never like to see an injury in any sport. No matter who the team is, you always hate to see it, no matter what the level is.
Getting back to his feet, skating to the bench is Billy Downs. The officials now going to conference here, figure out exactly what they're going to call.
I think the penalty was on Downs. He pulled down Charlie Olsen, but clearly he won't be able to serve that penalty.
They might be taking them both. We'll see.
I don't know how you can take both on that play. Charlie Olsen was playing the puck and he got tripped and pulled down.
I just don't know how you have a conference like this.
Yeah.
And maybe they're just confirming that it was only one, but
don't need another situation like last period.
And it looks like they're not going to bring any. Are they not bringing anybody to the bench? The box?
Yeah, I don't really understand that, because the arm went up and then that play happened, and then Eastview touched the puck and they blew the whistle.
Coach Sager conferencing with the officials right now. And the officials go back to talk some more.
Oh, Charlie Olsen's been ejected.
And Charlie Olsen.
And he just broke his stick. We could hear that.
Charlie Olsen, 2 goals tonight, and will not be able to complete that hat trick.
So I would imagine then as well, number 7, Braden Kaldenbach, is going to be sent as well. I don't know how you can only send 1.
And heading to the...
Downs is going to the box.
So they gave Charlie Olsen a 5-minute major and a game misconduct. Billy Downs will go, so it'll be 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and then a...
I'm
5-on-4. Yeah, I don't.
I'm confused on why Kaldenbach isn't being sent, because it was him and Olsen exchanging words after that. I don't get how you can only send one of them.
The officials must have seen some sort of additional violence put on by Charlie Olsen.
I'm kind of having a tough time with that one, but there must have been something that Charlie Olsen did that we missed, that the officials saw, because Tim Sager didn't put up much of an argument about it. So clearly there was a good reason why. We just didn't see it.
Lyle fires a shot directed just wide of the goal. Now Welch diving pass goes all the way through somehow, and the Lightning are able to clear it out. Bears a little hop in their step here, perhaps aware of the situation right now. That clock not a friend of theirs. 10:18 to go in the third. Only 90 seconds more of 4-on-4 before a 3-minute power play. will begin, and that will be a unlimited goal power play.
Yep.
As we should mention, Kevin Laska serving the 5-minute major for the ejected Charlie Olson. 10 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the third period. 83 seconds to go in the 4-on-4, I should say.
The other thing that I can think of, Zach, is I know Charlie Olson's been jawing a lot this game with Eastview players. I wonder if they gave him a warning earlier, and then that might have set it off. That could have been the other thing.
Well, I would think then if it was verbal, I'd have to think they'd go with a 10-minute misconduct or some sort of to do a 5-minute major in a game.
Yeah.
He must have done something not within our view from up here that warranted it. And as you mentioned, Gabe, not a lot of fight from really anybody on the bench, including Coach Sager, but really nobody else. So we'll take their word for it and hope that the Bears can survive this. It's going to be a long penalty kill, which will start in about 40 seconds. Trying to help themselves out here. Driving a backhand opportunity, a wraparound for Eckerly. Doesn't complete the wraparound process. Out to neutral ice it goes. Grady Gallatin skates it back in for the Bears. Fires a shot, gets a rebound. Weak angle opportunity, does not go. And then the Lightning will send it down for an icing with 10 seconds to go in the 4-on-4.
If you're White Bear Lake right now, you've got to generate something. You got to make sure that first off you can kill off this penalty, but there's 10 seconds left of the 4-on-4. If they could try to get a quick one right here and then hold it for 3 minutes, otherwise there's going to be a lot of pressure on that top line for White Bear to make a play without Charlie Olson, who's got 2 this game. They're really going to have to rely on that Welch Road and Stanya's line. Including
a shorty, Charlie Olson. So if you wanted a guy out there, he's currently in the locker room. The Lightning are full strength. It's 5-on-4 for the next 3 minutes. The Lightning can score as many times as they want. Lyle waited a little bit too long. He's bailed out by Gabriel's paddle, and the Bears able to clear it out.
I was just about to say, Zach, you got to play your penalty kill like usual. You can't try to get overly aggressive because you want to get the lead back. It's easier to score 5-on-5 than 5-on-4. And if you make little mistakes like that, like Belial just did, you could give up a goal and make this a 3-goal lead for Eastview.
Eastview setting up their power play now. It's been potent thus far. Pair of power play goals. Looking to buy an insurance policy. And if they maybe look at Will Anderson if they want to do that. American Family Insurance. Hoffman with a shot. Save made by Gabriel. So the first minute of that power play killed by White Bear. Unfortunately, still have 2 more minutes to go.
Yeah, a lot of stick handling right there by Eastview. Kind of unlike them. Their last few power plays, they move the puck really fast, good passing lanes, trying to get good shots right there. A lot of stick handling, not really a great shot, but for them, they're trying to whittle the clock down. They're going to take as much of this power play as they like. And even if they score, it stays on the power play because it was a major instead of just a minor one.
Bears able to win a big face-off. They send it 200 feet. And the Lightning will look to get the puck right back in that White Bear Lake end. Big collision at the red line. Ortman getting the better of Aiden Akins as the Lightning skated in. It's 5-on-3.5 right now as Akins doesn't have a stick. We'll see if he gets one, and he doesn't. So the shot missing the goal wide. Bears looking to ice it. They send it off the glass. Akins will head to the bench. So we go back to 5-on-4 for another 1:18. Drop behind the goal. It trickled off the shelf. Took a White Bear hop off the door. And it's cleared down the ice once again. So not the most successful power play thus far for the Lightning, but Eastview certainly taking this right now because as long as that puck is in the White Bear Lake end or just away from their goal, Another opportunity they have at winning this hockey game as the puck is touched offside with 54 seconds remaining in the penalty to, well, Charlie Olsen.
Yeah, even if Eastview doesn't score, which don't want to say they won't, but it'd be tougher right now as they don't have as much time left. They're going to take this every day of the week because it's killing clock, and the faster the lower that clock gets, the faster it starts to move for White Bear and their fans, because 6 minutes when there's going to be a little under 6 minutes left when this penalty kill is done. That's going to be tough to score 2 goals.
Another big face-off win. That's one bright spot here in the last few minutes by the Bears. Their face-offs have been very, very good. Lightning trying to counteract that here. 30 seconds to go in this long 3-minute power play. Right side chance, shot, score. It's Jordan Brothers making this a 3-goal hockey game. Scores with 27 seconds left in that power play. And that will continue.
Well, an unbelievable pass by Logan Opgrind right there. A backhanded no-look pass right to the stick of Brothers. Jordan Brothers notches, I believe he had one earlier, so that's his 11th goal of the season through 7 games. That's really impressive. And Eastview playing 3, is that 3 defensemen on the? Nope. Opgrind just lined up as a winger instead of a defenseman like he normally is.
Well, I think the story of this one is going to be a kind of a familiar narrative. White Bear Lake getting into some serious penalty trouble. And it looks like it has cost them a great opportunity to start things off here at TCO Sports Garden on the right foot. Here's Brothers, one-time shot blocked. Goes to the corner. Bears are full strength, by the way. They have 5.5 minutes to score 3 goals.
Eastview, what they've done so well this game, and they're continuing to do it, holding the puck in the zone even when they're transitioning. I know they just got out of the zone, but they've been so good at that, just keeping the puck in the zone and not letting White Bear Lake break out cleanly.
Bears trying to find an outlet. Backhanded hard off the wall and into the zone comes Gibson. He'll fire one off the blocker. Coming down to help out as Distad. He'll go behind the goal. Lightning send it out to neutral. Picked up and carried in by Kaldenbach. Sticked away by Gabriel. To the blue line it goes. It's kept in. That Lightning blue line has been so good this game as Kaldenbach fires a shot that's turned away. The rebound swallowed up by Leo Gabriel with 4 minutes and 29 seconds to go in regulation.
And Zach, even though it's 6-3, you really can't put this on Leo Gabriel. There's really only been 1 or 2 goals that have been allowed that he probably could have saved or had a chance to. But the other 4 or 5 of the goals have not been on him. They've either been a great shot or just screen or a tip. Or I think he's played a great game, and he's got 25 saves on the night, and can't really blame a goalie for that.
Shot there blocked by Stanius. Happy to see he's okay. It looked like it was close to a vulnerable area there up toward the head neck area, but it looks like he's okay.
If White Bear Lake is going to pull off a 3-goal comeback, it's going to have to be this line to get it generated. But, again, Eastview just holding the zone so well, which we've seen them do all night.
The wind is certainly out of the sails here, this Bears team. And, again, the danger of this, Gabe, is it's sort of the game plan for White Bear's a very talented hockey team.
Oh, yeah.
And very fast and very quick. But they're not good enough to, play down a man like they have been a lot this game.
Right, and that's most teams, even with a lot of talent. If you're playing down a guy for a majority of the game or even half a period total, it's so hard to win like that, and especially when it's guys that I feel like are key players that are getting sent to the box, and it's just for little, just kind of dumb mistakes.
Moving in is Welch. It's poked off his stick. Finds its way to Jordan Brothers, one of the goal scorers tonight. Turned over, and Stanius, I don't think, was ready for it, and he watches it go by for an icing. I mean, a phenomenal game plan put into place by Eastview. It's coming in here, and you know, we mentioned, Gabe, I mean, this felt a bit like a rivalry game, and I think that's in part because Eastview came out flying, and they also frustrated the heck out of White Bear Lake to the point where the Bears responded and became a bit undisciplined.
Yeah, I mean, when you mess with a team enough, they can either just kind of stay quiet and take it, or they're gonna get fiery and try to bite back. And White Bear Lake tried to bite back, and it cost them this game. Eastview got into the head of White Bear Lake early, and even though White Bear was never really out of the game in terms of score-wise, maybe mentally they were taken out of it a little bit.
And shots are 31-30. It definitely felt like a much closer game than what the score in the top left-hand corner of your screen shows. But the Lightning quite literally poked the bear tonight, and looks like they will come away with a win here. The Bears down 3 with 2:06 to go in the third.
Well, the other thing, Zach, that I'm looking at right now is White Bear Lake. They have some experienced guys, some guys around the team last few years, but they also have some young guys too. Blake Eckerly played a lot of minutes tonight. He's a sophomore. Will Distad was out there quite a bit. He's a sophomore. Jack Stanius, I thought actually played a really solid game for White Bear, despite what the scoreboard says. He played really well, and he's a sophomore, so clearly there's still some learning with this team, and they've got some of the nitty-gritty stuff to work on, but they clearly have talent. They kind of need to learn how to play together a little bit more still.
Bears will go back on the road again for another couple of weeks. They will not have another home game for 2 more weeks from now, when they will take on Mounds View in kind of a home game, I guess. It is technically their home game, so they will have final change. But obviously the Mustangs play their home games here at TCO Sports Garden.
White Bear Lake going on the power play. A little bit of I didn't really see what the penalty was on Logan Opgren, but I'm a little surprised that Tim Sager isn't playing the goalie here. You're down by 3, going on the power play. Just try to generate some momentum. I wonder, pull the goalie, maybe try some stuff that, if you haven't had to play a game with a goalie pulled yet, you could practice some of that and use it in a game situation.
Bears trying to get a quick goal and see what can happen here. Road lost it. Puck finds its way to the Eastview bench.
And Zach, though, we're seeing why Eastview, they're going to be most likely 6-1 after this game. I'd be very surprised if White Bear can score 3 goals in a minute and 13 seconds. But it's clear to see why that they're going to probably be 6-1. They do a lot of the little stuff right. Like the penalty kill tonight has been terrific. They play really well 5-on-5. They don't let teams break out of the zone easy. This is clearly a very good hockey team that Eastview has here, and they've got some really talented players.
Very talented, well-coached squad. Here's a shot that's turned away, and the rebound covered up, and looks like the intensity in terms of the physicality after the whistle, that seems to have died out. I think both teams just ready to hit the showers and get out of here. So again, we mentioned the Bears back on the road. They'll battle Forest Lake on Saturday at the FLAAA Sports Center, and then the Tatina Grace Eagles will play host to the Bears at the Brooklyn Park Activity Center on Tuesday the 20th, and then the last game before Christmas down in Rosemount as the South Metro Tour continues. The Irish playing host to White Bear Lake at the Rosemount Community Center on the 22nd. Bears will be back at home again, Mounds View, 2 weeks from today. Firing a shot as Nolan Road scores the goal, makes it 6-4.
Nolan Road he's kind of had a tough night. Hasn't really had any great chances. I guess kind of heating up like a baked potato right now. But just a quick shot right there, finds the back of the net. Not happy about it, even though he scored, but maybe generates a little momentum going into the game or looks good on the stat sheet. But yeah, Nolan Road, the Division I commit to St. Cloud State, he'll be there in 2 or 3 years. He's had a tough night. This Eastview team has really shut them down well, that top line for White Bear.
Ten seconds to go. A high-scoring, high-intensity, high-controversy affair will come to an end, with Eastview beating White Bear Lake by a score of 6-4. And I guess the birth of perhaps another mini rivalry. I don't know how it happened, but the 694-494 rivalry has begun here at TCO Sports Garden.
Yeah, that was one of the weirder. It was a really good hockey game until the third period. Eastview pulled away, but that was just a weird game, Zach. Like it was a very physical game. There was clearly something going on because they were extra chippy, like you said, like a rivalry game. If you're White Bear, clearly got some stuff to work on, some fundamental stuff like breaking out of the zone smoothly, trying to enter the zone smoothly. They didn't really do that very well. Power play, they could use a little work there, but White Bear Lake, they do have some stuff that they can build off in this situation. Like they did show some positive signs. They played fast, they played tough, they pressured. They attacked in the offensive zone really well. And if you're Eastview, you can't be any happier with how you just played. Really amazing on the penalty kill, really good on the power play. 5-on-5, you didn't give White Bear really anything. And, I know White Bear scored 4 goals, but, this game was pretty even for the first 2 periods, but Eastview really took charge in that third period. And, earlier we talked about the mental game a little bit. I wonder if Eastview got in the heads of White Bear Lake a little bit.
The game on Saturday up at Forest Lakes is a 6 o'clock puck drop. Be sure to, if you can, make the trek up there up Highway 61 and root on the Bears on Saturday. We'll be back here in a couple weeks. Again, White Bear, Mounds View, St. Cloud coming to town in January. A long stretch of home games finally with St. Cloud, Forest Lake, Tartan, and Eastridge, and plenty more teams coming to town here in January as well as February. So we make up for all the lost home games we've had in the first part of the season later on in the year. And we encourage you to come down here and root on the Bears, but if you can't, be sure to check them out here on the home of White Bear Nation, the Horn. For Gabe Bartlett, Josh Dorr, Zach Chapman, my name is Zach Halverson saying so long from the greatest hockey arena in the world. Final score, once again, Eastview 6, White Bear Lake 4. This has been a presentation of the Horn, season number 11 of White Bear High School hockey coverage here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a safe evening, and we will see you again real soon.
I'm Will Anderson. Graduated from White Bear Lake High School in 1991. Played hockey for the Bears for 3 years. I was lucky enough to go to the state tournament my sophomore and junior year. My thing at American Family is I believe that customer service is a lost art form. You can buy insurance from a number of different people and a number of different ways out there. If you're buying insurance online and you don't have a representative, I'd love to be that person. One of the things that makes us a little bit different is we always insure people the way we would want to be insured. So I start out with a very robust insurance package. I believe that your home is your number one asset. So you want to make sure that's very well protected. Most people would rather pay a little bit more to have great coverage. And that's what we do. We give people the options for great protection. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, but you can call us, text us at 612-361-7283. That's my cell phone, 612-361-7283, or WillAndersonAgency.com.